I wonder if I can use guilt as a guide. The lower vibrational things that I would consider that my inner child would probably need to heal from is shame and guilt. But I've also realized that in the process of unlearning a lot of judgment to my own emotions, what if guilt and shame aren't terrible things? Like, what if they aren't low vibrational emotions or like bad things? Or, what if they are also teachers? The same way pain can be a teacher, pleasure can be a teacher. They're all literally signals. As a kid, and first of all, shout out to my mom. I have an incredible mom. I had an incredible dad, and I had beautiful experiences that helped me become the woman that I am today. And at the same time, we do live in a society where you can have an incredible upbringing, but there's still messages from media, from TV, from your school, from your friends, from your family circle, from so many different things that actually might make you feel certain ways, even if it didn't directly come from your parents, So yeah, I feel like I want to say that. I was a hyper ass kid. First of all, I'm a hyper ass adult. Okay, so
just got up, something's wrong. I waited up with wounds on my feet. Where will you be? Flickering through memories, the Polaroids yellowed in the sun, longing to be seen. So come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me.
If you think your girl be energetic now, imagine her as a 10-year-old, okay? On motherfucking cloud 9. Always. Cloud 10, 11, 57. Okay? Always out here having fun, doing the damn thing. So you can only imagine, as a hyper child in a black family, the first thing they say, sit your black ass down, okay? Hey, sit down. You know how they say, children are supposed to be seen and not heard, And I just wonder how much of that we bring into our adulthood. I'm pretty sure quite a bit. I mean, if we being real, I've always loved childlike joy and fun and carefree imagination, creativity, and I've always wanted to hold on to that energy and harness it and, not let this life get too serious or weighed down by the just realities of the world, because it's gonna be here, so part of it is also having a balance of not just putting my head in the sand and not being ignorant, but still just having this joy about life, because it's just so beautiful out here. Like, it honestly is.
Not sure there's much soul left in it.
So I've been working on creating these pockets of play, like where I can just have fun, do my thing. And I realize when I do allow myself those moments, when I do let that creative child just play, she rewards me by giving me incredible ideas, inspiration. I want to make sure that I'm still hanging on to that. I think it's wild. Like, the older you get, the more of a mental exercise it actually is to find the joy in life. And I kind of get frustrated by that, but I'm also just letting it go. It's like, you know what? Life is going to keep lifing. Okay? Shit going to keep getting hard and rough out here. And so it's genuinely up to me to figure out how I'm going to bring joy into my everyday experience. And if that's just like running around and like frolicking in the fields, and like then so be it, And there's also a level of like bravery in that. You almost feel like when you get older, like, oh, you should be serious, you shouldn't be doing, silly stuff and like frolicking in the fields. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not a believer in that. I am a believer of just joy and love and fun and creativity and imagination. It just makes me think of SpongeBob. First of all, I loved SpongeBob growing up. I still love SpongeBob. That's my guy. Me and SpongeBob go way back. It makes me think of the scene when he's like, imagination. I hold that visual so tight to my heart. It's so dear in my spirit whenever I'm thinking of creative ideas or whatever. I just think of SpongeBob being like, imagination. When I feel myself going into more of this guilty mindset, like feeling guilt if I didn't, show up for a friend, or feeling shame if I'm, actually the example that came to mind as I was just speaking about it is I feel like a lot of guilt in my business as an artist. I'm realizing like the guilt is connected to feeling like I should or like supposed to do stuff, how I mentioned before, but that's also the exact place that you can't create from. Like whenever you feel like you have to do something, that is a sure way to make it more difficult for you to do it. That's why I don't do commissions. Okay? You should, or you're supposed to, or you have to. It's the perfect elixir. It's the perfect concoction to make it stressful, to make it where you don't want to do something. And so as I started to look at that more, I was feeling guilty for maybe like not posting on Instagram or like not showing up as much or just like whatever, because I'm feeling like there's just so many things that we're quote unquote supposed to do as small business owners, or, different things to like grow your brand and do all these different things. And so if I'm not doing them, there's this lingering emotion of guilt as if I'm not doing enough or showing up enough or like being enough. And as I sort of peel back the layers of those emotions to try to figure out what that sort of guilt is showing me, I thought to myself, well, is that the energy that you even want to show up with? And it's really not. Like I don't want to be guilted into doing anything or shamed into doing anything. And you know what's interesting? I think that this is a common thing for women. And so I'm learning that, one, there are some things that I actually really should do, that I actually do kind of like need to do in order to get things done, in order to make sure I'm sending out, customers' orders, making sure that I'm editing videos, replying to emails, getting the house clean, picking up apples, you know what I mean? Like there's actually things that need to get done in adulthood. But I think what's helping me is to shift my mindset around it, where it's not like, oh, I should or I have to. How can I introduce play into it? And like, how can I make it fun? How can I make it this like creative project? Like I kind of have to like trick my brain in a way to make it interesting and fun and dynamic. When I think about women, we are shamed to the utmost. Like it's really wild, and I don't even lingering on stuff too much, because it's just frustrating when I really do bring awareness to the woman's experience in this physical plane. But I think that those are the two emotions that society has used in order to manipulate us, by using tools of shame and guilt to keep us small and to keep us tamed and to keep us from not showing up as the full version of ourselves, you know? And so when I analyzed how guilt and shame shows up in my life, I'm thinking like, actually, maybe guilt is a guide for me in realizing that, okay, if I'm feeling guilty about something, one, maybe I feel like I should be doing something. Okay, so now that I have the awareness that I feel like I should be doing something, now I can analyze, if you should be doing it, okay, why aren't you? And now what are the emotions that come up when you think about why you aren't doing something if you have a feeling of guilt that you should be doing it, you know? And so I think guilt can be a guide in that way. But then the other instance is, okay, I don't want to be out here shoulding all over myself. You know, it's like maybe you think you should do something, and who told you that you should do this? And why do you feel like you have to? And if it's something that doesn't feel in alignment with you, then we can just observe the guilt and actually put it down to realize that, okay, maybe there's an outside force that's making me feel like I should do something, but if it's not feeling in alignment with my present self right now, well then maybe I shouldn't do it, you know? And now, of course, I don't think this is a good example when it comes down to like marketing my business because I think to a certain extent there are some things that are smart business decisions, but even if something is a smart business decision, it still has to be in alignment with how I want to show up in my creative practice and in my small business as an artist. The tentative title for this video was like Ghosting Adulthood to Let My Inner Child Play. Something like that around me, like ghosting adulthood. The reason why I didn't even want to have that language, one, I don't think ghosting anything or anybody is cool. You know, like I don't think like just leaving anything, like abandoning anything, escaping anything. I really don't want to present that language in any sort of medium that I'm presenting, but also at the same time, that's how I be feeling though. I be like, want to like ghost on life. Okay, that sounded heavy. Not in that way. I be wanting to ghost on adulthood and responsibilities and just taxes, you know, like just the work, you know what I mean? Like just the work that it takes in order to adult in life. We on the healing journey and we're on the spiritual journey and learning and growing and evolving, but also realizing that we're already whole and maybe there actually isn't like a healing per se that actually needs to take place, but maybe more of this self-awareness, this sort of like self-discovery to what these quote unquote low vibrational emotions can actually teach us. Anything that you put up resistance against, anything that you feel like you need to escape, you never gonna have a good relationship with it. So instead of me saying like, oh, I want to like ghost adulthood, whatever, now I just want to peel back the layers to figure out, okay, what are you running from? Why are you running? Why do you feel like you have to ghost something or leave something or escape something in order to feel comfortable, you know? But I'm also realizing that growth isn't in my comfort zone. If you want to grow and expand, you're not going to be comfortable, okay? You actually going to be putting yourself in some really difficult situations that's going to require you to get uncomfortable, you know? Like when you think about a seed or a plant, like it's literally in the darkness, okay? It's in the dark, claustrophobic. I just can't even imagine being a seed, okay? I'm claustrophobic. Like, where are you trying to put me? In the dirt? Oh, I need to get free me, okay? I couldn't be a seed. But at the end of the day, we all are seeds, you know? Like, wow. I guess I was in that tight, uncomfortable place. But it's like, you don't even remember it. You know, it's like, of course we don't remember being in utero. This is so weird. Like, where are you going with this? Like, so I'm just tired of running. No more running. I'm confronting it all. I want to face it all because I know the only way out is through. It's true. It's so true. And I also realized with every step I take and with everything that I go through, I get stronger. And like, I just remind myself of that. Like whenever shit get hard, I'm like, girl, you're going to be a soldier after this. Like if you make it through this, you're going to be a soldier.
You already a soldier. For everything that you've been through, for everything that you already made it through, you's a soldier. Life can be a battlefield, but it can also be a playground. So I'm just reminding myself, girl, keep playing, keep having fun, keep growing. Let's keep doing the work.
Just got up, something's wrong. I waited up with wounds on my feet. Where will